You go.
Let me prepare for this honour.
Okay, rock, paper, scissors.
Rock, paper, scissors. Man, I haven't played this for years.
Alright, so do you know how it works?
Yes.
Okay.
Rock, paper, scissors, lizard, Spock. Hi guys, welcome to an episode of A2Z by SRG. If you don't know who we are, this is Andy, my name is Z. We talk about retro games, we complain about how retro games were awesome and we're not happy that the world's changed because we're old men. So,
We?
I'll speak for myself.
Okay,
I wear a hat. I wear this cool nifty Darth Vader hat because, you know, ball patch. But Andy doesn't have this problem. He used to have spikes when he was younger, and no, he doesn't.
Yeah.
So watch the previous episode where I look like a midget because some weird optical illusion happening on the camera.
Yeah, that was cool. I look huge. I worked out that day, kind of thing. I look good.
You did.
Yeah,
you did.
I look good.
Cool. What are we talking about today?
No, let's talk about these things. These third-party consoles.
Third-party consoles.
Yeah, I mean you've got.
What have we got?
You've got a few. I've got a few. I've got the PlayStation Mini, the Super Nintendo Mini, the NES Mini and stuff, and I think they're pretty cool. The fact that I can just plug them in onto my HD TV and away you go. Yes.
NES Mini, SNES Mini, they're not third party. They're made by Nintendo.
Okay, can we rewind this episode? Right. Anyway, 3, 2, 1. Hey everyone, welcome to SRG. I forgot about that. Were they really made by?
They're made by Nintendo.
Okay.
That's why you buy them at the Nintendo store.
Oh, I didn't buy mine from the Nintendo store, that's why.
Okay.
I bought
So
it.
a third party would be equivalent to something like this. A portable Super Nintendo called the SupaBoy by Hyperkin. It plays Nintendo SNES cartridges. You need batteries to plug it in. We talked about it very briefly in the previous episode,
Yeah.
but this is something that I bought many years ago. I couldn't even tell you how long ago it was that I bought it, but it's definitely, I want to say, mid 2000s. Mid 2010s.
All right.
Maybe just before, potentially. But I bought this because I was like, you know what? I was at that point where I was just collecting everything I could find, like anything I could get my hands on. So that was a third-party device. I've also got what's known as the Hyperkin Retron N.
What's that?
It's basically, it's a horrible-looking machine, and I don't have it here with me, but I'll bring it next time.
Right.
It's made by the same people who made this,
Yeah.
but it's a home console, third-party, made by them.
Right.
But you can run. Okay, let me remember this. Sega Master System, Sega Mega Drive. You could play Nintendo NES, Super Nintendo. You could play GameCube. Game Boy, Game Boy Advance, Game Boy Color, PC Engine, and there's like 3 or 4 others that I can't remember. But it was all an all-in-one device.
Damn.
But
okay.
you'd need the original games, the original cartridges.
Fair.
Similar to things like this, you need the original cartridge for it to run. Now, don't quote me on this, but I can't remember. You might be able to use a memory card or a memory stick or something like that on the Hyper N. I can't remember at this point, but I will definitely find out.
So the Everdrive cartridges that we've got for this, I've got one for the 64. You've got the 64 and the Super Nintendo.
I got the latest one that came out for the Sega Saturn as well, the
Nice.
Segu.
Cool. So you don't know if they work on these things?
They won't work on it, no.
Okay.
From what I've seen.
Okay, cool.
But yeah.
Even so.
And then you got a one at the very end, the Evercade. Evercade is a fantastic. It's out these days. Open up. Let's have a look at it.
This was pretty awesome. I played, was it Ninja Golf? That was awesome. It's like a ninja playing golf, and then as I'm walking to the ball, I had to beat up a bunch of people. It was like, it doesn't make no sense, but it was so much fun. And I have to say also, the console itself, if I can get it out of the casing. Can you do it? Because I don't want to break it.
Yeah, it's plastic. Just pop it out. There you go.
I know, knowing me, it's going to fly out and it's going to land on the table and all that kind
That's
of
the
stuff.
Evercade. If you haven't seen it before, it's a nice little device. It's very light. And the games, you've got some games there, haven't you?
Yeah. So you've got collection.
These actually
Interplay.
came with the game, with the console, so they come as a pack.
Oh, it's got Earthworm Jim by Interplay Collection 1. I love Earthworm Jim. And what's that one? Is that Titan? That one there? I remember playing that, I think, on the PC.
Titan, yeah.
Yeah, I remember playing that on the
Okay.
PC. Then you've got the Atari Collection, the Asteroids.
So this is the Evercade, and the cartridge itself, you'll see, fits completely flush to the actual device. So there's no, you don't feel that the cartridge is there. should be charged. There it is. Just comes on nice and simply. Blaze Entertainment. Now, this is where you've got a third-party device and you can collect these games. Each of the games, the boxes have a number against it. It says 1 and 2 against it because it came with it. And I can't remember how high the numbers go, but the more you've got, the bigger collection you have, obviously. That's a really silly thing to say, the more you've got, the bigger collection you have. What I'm trying to say is that if you've got a big collection and you can put them in order, you can identify very easily that you want to buy which numbers to buy next. And you can, there's games from the Commodore 64, Commodore Amiga. If you just go out of shot just for a split second, there's a pile of games down there. If you just grab those for us.
Yeah, sure.
Here we go. Yeah, thank you. So we've got this one here, for example. Now everybody knows Worms. You know Worms?
Amazing game.
Yeah. Collection of
Oh,
Worms.
sweet.
So you've got Worms, Worms Armageddon, Worms Blast.
Cool.
3 games in 1 cartridge. I haven't even opened this. It's still wrapped up, as you can see. As they
Dude,
all are.
you don't open like 4 of them?
Yeah.
Damn.
Pretty much. All tied up. And not long ago, you were playing the Commodore Amiga, weren't you?
Yeah.
Yeah?
Yeah.
This machine sitting back here that you guys can probably see with this nice CRT TV. You were playing a game called IK Plus.
The Kung Fu type of game, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I was bad. I was very bad at that game.
There it is.
Oh, okay, cool.
So it's on the Evercade.
All
Now
right.
you can play these old games. Now this is from the 1980s. If you think about it, you've also then got Pac-Man in here, you've got Worms in here. There's a whole lot of others that you can grab. Now this is the benefit of these third-party consoles, these devices, which I really love this because I can very simply, very easy, very quickly pick one of these up, and they're not expensive to buy. Very well made. You've got a headphone jack there, HDMI out, so you can plug it into your TV if you want to. And you've basically got a console which runs a whole lot of very old school, really good quality games. It does it very, very well. This is made very nicely. It's got a really nice, heavy, solid feel to it.
Yeah.
And I'm pretty sure these come in different colours as well. And Evercade have since released a whole lot of other devices as well. Since I was gifted that by my brother. We've got the home arcade machine as well, which I'm dying to have, but I've got nowhere to put it.
We'll find room.
We'll always get rid of you, just put it there.
That's not nice.
I know, but anyway. So yeah, third party versus original devices, they have their pros to them.
Yeah.
The downside is obviously that you don't get all the games you may necessarily want to play. And they come in different shapes and sizes, like the Spectrum here, for example. For those of you who are outside the UK, you may not know what this is. This is a replica of the original ZX Spectrum made by Sinclair Computers back in 1981, 1980, I think it was. This is, I've never even opened it, but this apparently looks exactly the same. It's got rubber keys.
I think one of my uncles had one when I was very young, and the reason why I remember it is obviously because of the colours on the side. And I just found it really, really fascinating. Really, really cool device. Yeah, and I like the keyboard as well. Yeah, brilliant device. It's bringing back a lot of memories. Can we open it like after the pod, please?
Maybe I'll think about it.
Okay.
I try to keep all my stuff wrapped up, which is kind of pointless. Like, why just use it, have fun.
No, Match Day 2, which I guess was the starting of Kickoff. Because looking at the picture of that, that's a kickoff like that.
Oh, I don't know. Maybe not. I've no idea.
Okay.
You might be right.
That's awesome.
So yeah, third-party devices versus original hardware. Pros and cons to both. It depends what you want to do.
Yeah.
There's loads of these third-party devices that you can buy in, like, for example, AliExpress and whatever these other sort of marketplaces are called.
Yeah.
Where you can download loads of emulators. You have to do it legally, obviously. But you've potentially got thousands and thousands and thousands of games that you can play on these devices. I don't have any of those.
I'm going to be honest, I might grab one. There's one, it's like a purple handheld with joysticks. And I saw it on Amazon as well as AliExpress.
I think that's an RG65, isn't it?
That's the one.
Yeah.
Yeah. My cousin from Canada got one, and he sent me a video, and he was playing the Super Nintendo and some old games, and he loves it. And his, like yourself, is something like this. He's able to pick it up and play it whenever he wants, and get a little bit of, that little touch of old school back in his life. Old school gaming back in his life.
They're not very expensive, are they?
No.
Like 30, 40 pounds.
Literally.
Which is about $50, I think.
And it comes with the games already on there.
Oh,
so
really? They're all pre-installed?
They're all pre-installed.
Oh,
so you
nice.
buy it and it's just ready to go. So I was like, yeah, treat myself. Why not?
It's Christmas, right? Why not?
Yeah.
Sounds like a good Christmas gift to yourself.
That is a good idea. Let's Amazon that right now.
So here's a question. Would you, for Christmas, it's literally days away right now, would you buy, if I was going to buy you a gift, would you want an original Sega Game Gear, Nintendo Game Boy, Nintendo DS, Atari Lynx, or would you prefer this RG65, if that's what it's called, with potentially thousands of games? Which would you prefer?
Now, you said a console, a handheld console that I've never owned, Game Gear. I would love an original Game Gear, but the games would be hard to come by. I don't know how old the hardware is. We always talk about that hardware has a shelf life, so I'd go for the RG, whatever it's called.
RG65, I think.
Yeah, I'd go for something like that because the hardware is a little bit newer. I may not get the same nostalgia feeling that we always talk about. I may not get that same feeling again, but if it's something that I can pick up and play, great. If it's something I know that will last, great. So I'd go for something like that. But what about you? What would you opt for?
I'm not a fan of third-party devices. I know I've got all this stuff sitting around me right now, and they're very, very cool. But I've always been a little bit of a purist when it comes to consoles, which is why I said in the how to, should you start a retro gaming collection in 2024, 2025, I think the way that I did it was wrong. I think going so broad of so many different devices is not the right way. I would, if I had the choice now, if you said to me, Z, I'm going to buy you a gift for Christmas, what would it be? I'd say to you, get me an Atari Lynx 2. Okay. And I'll start collecting those games for the Atari Lynx 2 because it's the original hardware and I'll get the original games. And that makes me happy. I like the original hardware, it makes me happy. This, I admit, the SupaBoy, for example, is very cool. I have opened it up, I have played it, I have used it. It's a great little device, but it has a very short shelf life for me. Right. It's not convenient enough, it's too big, battery power is too high. Evercade, on the other hand, is a really, really good evolution, and this I actually do use. This I actually do play because I really like this. The quality of it is very, very good. But I would still opt for an original Atari Lynx or an original Game Gear or something like that over something like that.
Cool. That's a cool idea. I mean, I don't know. See that now I feel like I want to get a Game Gear. Now talking about it, it's the one handheld again I never had.
Yeah.
I was more of a Game Boy fan. And again, I love that console as well. I know we talked about Nintendo before. I don't think we mentioned the Game Boy, or we may have.
We didn't mention the Game Boy. We just went straight to consoles. We didn't talk about handheld consoles.
Yeah. So, the Game Boy shout out and DS shout out as well. But I love what they're like. Going back to what you're saying about Evercade, I love what they're doing. I wasn't familiar with what they were doing with regards to like all these games. I thought, why would you want to buy these when you can buy a third-party thing that have all the games installed? But after playing this, as well as some of the cartridges, I get it. It's actually really nice. Would I want the originals? Hell, obviously, I think as gamers, we all want the originals. But for the time being, I'm okay with stuff like this until I get the original.
To me, this is a great Christmas gift. Something like the Evercade is a great Christmas gift because you can go and, you can still expand your collection as you go. Yeah. It's just not the original consoles, but these are all licensed. And they're physical hardware cartridges that you can buy. And guess what? There's a second-hand market for these as well. So you can go onto Facebook Marketplace, eBay. You can look at garage sales, whatever it is you want to call it. Yeah. And these are all available. You can go buy these. You can buy these as bundles from people who don't want them anymore. I could sell these to you today, for example, if I wanted to.
Yeah, and no licensing issues here. So I buy the whole game.
You've bought this, like it's a nice sealed box, never been opened. Might be worth 20p, 30p, who knows?
That's cool. Well guys, listen, let us know what you think about this stuff, and if you have any experience with any third-party consoles, and what's your take on them? Let us know in the comments, and we'll see them on the next one, right?
Take care guys.
Cool. Take care. Oh, you should have an unboxing.
I hate unboxing. I can't stand unboxing.
Let's do an unboxing.
I don't need to see someone opening a box of stuff. I don't understand why they're so popular. I get really annoyed with unboxing. It's like, here's a box. Someone slices it open. Oh look, there's a console inside.
Let's do an unboxing of this. Come on, Z, you know you want to do it.
I know you want to do it.
Shit. Deuces.